Hello, I am Ian, and this video is about the Great Pyramid, the real reason for it. So it's not a tomb, it's a health and wellness device designed to temporarily correct a vibration mismatch problem that we had with the Schumann resonance of the Earth, the base frequency of the Earth. Our bodies and the energy beings that we are, it was kind of knocking the energy beings that we are out of tune and causing our bodies to age too quickly. We knew what the problem was, we just didn't know what the solution to the problem was. So the first plan was to build the Great Pyramid. You would lie in the sarcophagus in the king's chamber, you'd be singing tones known as the Keys of Enoch. This would set up a standing wave vibration within the chamber and vibrate you back to full health. So we'd have, on the outside we had crystals at the bottom, crystals halfway up the corners, there's a crystal on the top. There was 144,000 casing stones, which pops up with the inner workings of our bodies, and it's in Revelations in the Bible. This number pops up a little bit. If you look at the word pyramid, the languages, the truths in the names we call people in places. So the pyramid, if you split the words up into how they sound, you got Paya, and Id, pyramid. So if you split the words up into how they sound, look for the definitions of the different pieces of the word. Our English language is made up of quite a few languages, but it's based upon the Gaelic language. So Paya you get in Greek, fire. So we're an energy being made of plasma, in a body made out of solids, liquids and gases. Well, earth, air, fire and water, fire being the plasma bit. You get water in the Gaelic language. Now, our sensing and feeling nervous systems, fluid-filled tubes full of water, carrying light information around our bodies like fibre optic cables. So water is the information exchange interface. We're experiencing our physical body through that system. And aid you get truth in the Gaelic language. So it's a vibration mismatch problem. We're gone now to tune. Things need truing up. Same with the ancient Egypt. It used to be called Kemet, the K sound, or the Ch from church, or the Ka from cathedral, represents the energy being that we are, or the fire bit. And Emet you get truth. Again, things need truing up because of this vibration mismatch problem. When human beings first appear on the planet, we're in a higher state of being. We've got a 1500-year lifespan and greatly enhanced senses and psychic abilities. And we start off with the ability to build the pyramids or these ancient temple sites with a fabulous stonework that we can't replicate nowadays. But due to this vibration mismatch problem that was kind of causing me to age too quickly, we got worse. Over the period of around 12,000 years, lifetimes with her from 1500 years down to 120. Things get so bad that 7,000 years ago we came up with a plan to divide the energy being that we are into two, live shorter lifetimes, experiencing being human, while we worked on this vibration mismatch problem. We knew what the problem was. Back then, we didn't know what the solution to the problem was. So the first plan was to build the Great Pyramid, then other temple sites, and then eventually to live shorter lifetimes. We're currently living in a reduced state of being. This ancient, highly advanced civilization that appears to have been lost was us in a higher state of awareness. We are still here. And the other point to make is 7,000 years ago, when we came up with the plan to live shorter lifetimes, we'd already been back on the planet after the sinking of Atlantis for 13,000 years. So some of the buildings were already there. The plumbing's in, the drains are in. We've got some kind of electrical energy source. We have high society. The Ice Age and the Industrial Revolution have been used to cover the fact up that we were on the planet then. So the pyramids are a semi-detached. There's another set of chambers that mirror the ones that's already been discovered. Which makes you wonder, how did you get into the flaming thing? If it's not a tomb, it's a health and wellness device, and it works very well for many thousands of years. How did you get in and out the flaming thing? Where's the door? Because the one that they're using now is it's like blasted in, or it's been hammered into jackhammers and that. It's been tunnelled in there. That wasn't the doorway. There's another set of chambers. Where's the doorway on the other side? And the answer is the Queen's Chamber. The Queen's Chamber was the doorway. There's some kind of a dimensional gateway there. There's one under the Sphinx. So you would stand in the one under the Sphinx and think yourself into the Great Pyramid, and you would pop in there. So all this becomes a possibility when we're in a higher state of being. These statements may sound a little bit unrealistic when you first hear it. But if you entertain the idea, with greatly enhanced senses and psychic abilities, first of all, we'll have the ability to manipulate reality using thought. That becomes a possibility. And there's various doorways around, like portals around the planet. You can travel around the planet, like to South America, from Stonehenge to Egypt to South America, that type of thing. There's quite a few of these portal doorways dotted around the planet. So the pyramids were built by us in a higher state of awareness, and this using thought. There's a way of manipulating reality using thought when we're in a higher state of being. This becomes a possibility. We live in a created reality. It's electromagnetic vibration we live in, and it's much more malleable than it would appear to be. It's everything. The physical reality we experience is made up of a highly compacted spinning electric charge. It's just spinning that fast it appears to be solid, but it's not. And it can be manipulated. And when we're in a higher state of being, this becomes a possibility. So we're looking at this idea here. I would have said that the religious cross is the symbol of the energy being that everything's made from. Our creationary source, our universal envelope, galaxies, solar systems, stars, planets, one of us. So the energy being that is the planet would put itself in position in the solar system, plug itself into a universal energy flow of plasma, and uses plasma to coalesce the physical planet. First the rock of the planet, then we end up with a water planet. Then the rock of the planet expands, exposing the landmass. So when the energy being left the physical planet, two of them exploded. And this is the unexpected result because we're working in a full physical reality. All right, I'm going to leave it there with this one. I hope this helps. Please like, subscribe, comment, tell your friends. Check out the other videos. There's a bit of a story wherever you go, and well, that was a piece of it. See you on the next one.